This meeting is called to order. Good evening and welcome to the June 23, 2022 meeting of the Southeast Elko Board of School Directors. Will you please stand for a salute of the flag and a moment of silence? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Butler, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may, Madam President. Mrs. Abney,
Present.
Ms. Perry,
Present.
Ms. Monroe,
Present.
Mrs. Peter Coey,
Present.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Present.
Mrs. Washington,
Present.
Mr. Fowler,
Present.
Ms. Crawley,
Present.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
Present.
Dr. Winder,
Present.
Mr. DiOrio,
Present.
Mr. Butler, present.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. I have no comments at this time. I will make a short comment at the end of the meeting.
Bless you.
I want to report that we had 2 executive sessions. We had one prior to this board meeting, and we had one last week, which was the 16th of June, on personnel. Dr. Winder, do you have a superintendent's report?
I do. Mr. Kitchen. Mr. Butler is passing the board members a folder. In that folder, you will find the report from Dr. Burks. You will also find the PowerPoint for tonight, and then you will find the comprehensive plan up to this point. Okay, so I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to more than 1,500 stakeholders for participating in our surveys, our focus groups, our interviews, our steering committee, our subcommittees, and attending just the comprehensive planning meetings in all. Tonight, I am giving you a snapshot of what is in your folder, in which you will have 35 days to go through it. I tried to give it to you in print so that you can highlight right on it, have your questions. Tonight, we will talk about the proposed mission and vision statements, the educational value statements, the goal setting and what the priorities are. And we have 4 priorities: student attendance, attract and hire staff, provide professional learning for staff, and create and revise protocols, and provide professional development to support student mental health. I will also give you a snapshot of our action plans for each of those areas, and then a brief snapshot of our next steps. For the proposed mission and vision, based upon the data collected from surveys, focus groups, interviews, and the steering committee meeting, especially the one on March 16th, participants expressed that their current mission vision was clear and understandable. They maintain an interest in revising the mission and vision. However, they stressed that some of the words from the original mission and vision should be similar, and then some other words modified. We did an entire activity, and all those words were described for us, in which I gave you a presentation at the end of March on what words they wanted to keep and what words they wanted to let go. And so in that, we sent this to all of the participants of the steering committee, as well as all of our staff. It was online. They were able to vote from what we created based on the information that was shared in the meeting, and these were the two that had the most votes. Next, the educational value statements. The educational value statements were drafted by stakeholder groups from data collected in focus group surveys and the March 16th steering committee meeting. And so we have educational statements for our students, our staff, our administration, parents and guardians, and the community. So just a little bit different from the first time. The staff in the administration was one in the previous comprehensive plan, but this time the state split those out. And so you will have those to be able to read at your leisure. Okay, next we had to do our goal setting. Our goal setting was established from information gathered from Future Ready, as well as attendance data, staff input, also our surveys, and then we had a lot of data from various other places throughout the district, like PSSA data, Keystone data. And so when we looked at this, one of our goals is to implement supports and strategies to increase student attendance across all schools. And we know that regular attendance has been a problem. As we look through the different data points and looked at the attendance from year to year, we saw that attendance has been a problem. And so we set our goal, our measurable goal is at the end of the third year, we want to have 90% of the students who are in danger of being chronically absent, as measured by the state standard, will have a parent conference to discuss strategies to increase attendance. So that's 3 years from now, we want to have 90% of those meetings. We discussed at large in our retreat how we are going to start year one with looking for 70%, and year two looking for 80%. One of the things we have to understand is that because our staff is limited and attendance, non-attendance is high, we are going to have to put some supports in place to help us with that. We also wanted to do or continue monthly perfect attendance rewards, and we also want to make marking period rewards to those students who are increasing their attendance by 20%. So we're going to try to get all of those things up and running and hopefully see some improvement in the attendance. The next goal, we were looking at attracting, hiring and retaining staff. We know that throughout the state and throughout the country that it is very difficult to get staff. So we looked at a couple of things that we wanted to do. One will be professional learning. 100% of the staff hired by the first week in August will participate in the new teacher orientation in August. Dr. Reddick Smack heads up our new teacher orientation. We feel that if we better equip our new teachers, that would make them stronger in the classroom and maybe not have them get so overwhelmed. Also, as a part of new teacher orientation, they get a mentor, and that mentor would be able to support them along the way, do some peer coaching, as well as be a sounding board along with other people that they work with. We also are looking for our Director of Human Resources to attend a minimum of 10 job fairs per year. With the COVID and the pandemic, job fairs have decreased, and then also people's attendance at the job fairs have decreased. So we're hoping to see that increase. And at 10 job fairs, you're looking at least one a month. And hopefully we will be able to find staff and recruit people to come and work for us. And then the final one, we heard a lot in our surveys, especially our teacher surveys, the need for more quality professional development. And so Dr. Lowry in his subcommittee, and you have his work in your packet, is working on getting professional development based on the data as well as surveys and all of the things that our staff has said they needed. We're looking at each year by August 15th, having a plan for the whole year. And then it can be subject to change, but at least everybody will know where we're heading. We're scheduling out our building PD as well as our district PD for the year. The first time that will occur will be this August the 15th. Our next goal, the district will provide professional development for staff, collaboration, and analyzing of different data in order to help the staff, help our students get a better understanding of the content. So we have two big goals there. One, again, is our professional development. So not only will it help teachers to not be overwhelmed and to stay, it would also help teachers to meet the needs of our students. And then our other one is prior to the start of school, we are going to make sure that we are working on the curriculum and having at least a minimum of one curriculum content area completed for the 2022-2023 school year. We're starting out with our math curriculum. You all heard that a couple of months ago in Committee of the Whole, that we went with the DCIU and we're paying for them to do our math. And then Dr. Lowry and his group will be working on a cycle to ensure that each content area is hit in an ample time. Normally, it's usually about a 5-year cycle, but we know we are behind. So as the committee works on that, we'll be able to move forward. But we believe that if we start here and continue to grow, we will see some positive effects. So we use exact path data, our grades, our PSSA data, Keystone results, advanced placement scores, surveys, and focus group information for that one. And the final goal, so we had 4 altogether. The final goal is for us to look at the social emotional health of our students and find ways to work with our staff to help them work with our students. So the first one with the curriculum department will ensure that staff receives yearly professional development and emotional learning. We know that Dr. Ryan was able, you with me over there? Dr. Ryan was able to work with the DCIU. I'm moving right along, Dan. Dr. Ryan, hold it, go back one now, hold it now. Dr. Ryan worked with the DCIU at the beginning of the school year to get an assessment of where we were as a district, where our students were. And now that we have that information, it is up to us to use that information and start providing professional development to help the teachers, help our students. The next one, the building administration will ensure that students receive assistance. One of the things we will do in that one is set up a committee that will set up systems and protocols. So we're not just expecting the teachers to figure it out. we need to set up protocols of some things that need to happen and resources that we have so that everyone will be aware of that. And then the last one, the building administration and the curriculum department will ensure that systems and protocols are in place and then that they're followed, and we'll have to monitor and track that. So one of the things that we will have is some way to document all the students that we have been helping. Not that people aren't already doing that, but everyone's doing it in their own way, their own system. But we want to have one system to be able to look at it as a district and see where we are and what else we need to do. Okay? Then for each of the measurable goals, you had to do an action plan. And all of the scroll down information is in your packet, but for each of those, we did an action plan. And for all of them, we did 3 years. All 3 years, we will be working on it. There are some times that people may skip year 1 and start year 2 or year 3. But for us, we felt that we needed to get started right away, especially since our students were home for 18 months. We know that we have a lot of ground to cover. So for each of the goals that I just went through, you will have an action plan, and it tells you the date, and it tells you, for example, with SEL, that falls under Dr. Ryan. So for each of the priorities, we have an action plan. Next, the second one is for improving attendance. That falls under Dr. Ryan, as well as the building administration. The next action plan for attracting, hiring, and retaining staff. You have Dr. Reddick Smack, who's over new teachers, Mr. Baxter, who by then will be our HR director, and he will be over the job fairs, and Dr. Lowry for professional development. Then we have the continuous improvement. We have Dr. Lowry, our Chief Academic Officer, of course, heading up the professional development. We have our building administration using PLC time to provide professional development, as well as some of the professional half days. And then we have our building administration and our principal supervisors looking at formal observations and walkthrough data to ensure that we're giving rigorous feedback. Last, we have our next steps. So as I stated in the beginning, the school board of directors will have 35 days to review the comprehensive plan and all of the details. The comprehensive plan will be posted to the Southeast Delco School District website from tomorrow through July 28, when it's scheduled for a vote. Stakeholder feedback and comments can be emailed to the website. The email address, we created an email address just for this. Kalina and I both have access to it, and we will be checking in at least twice a week to write down any suggestions that we receive. That email address is southeastdelcoplanning@sedelco.org. The superintendent and the steering committee will revise and edit the plan based on comments we are receiving from our website. We will have things up there that we will discuss. The school board of directors will vote whether they will adopt a comprehensive plan with recommended revisions. They also may have some for us as well. And then whether it be this plan or another plan, it is due to PDE by August 30th of 2022. Of course, right now we are ahead of schedule, and we like it that way. And I'm ever grateful to all the administrators and everyone that's been working so diligently. But it doesn't stop there. A comprehensive plan should have updates and progress. And so for the next 3 years, during the school board of directors meetings in October, January, April, and June, you will get information on how we're doing on various of these action steps and goals. so that you will have an idea, and sometimes it will be that we discovered this is not working and we're going to have to try something else, and other times we will be able to celebrate that we see progress. Are there any questions for me? Yes.
You had mentioned there's a website. The email address there,
Southeast Delco.
Delco Planning. What is the turnaround time for, if I put in a request or a question there, how fast can I expect someone to get back to me?
So we usually, since we're gonna try to check it at least twice a week, then I would say 48 to 72 hours at the most. Mhm. Other questions for me? Okay, thank you. Everybody rolling.
Looks like y'all were raced.
Thank you, Dr. Winder, for that excellent report. Now we're going to do the approvals. Do I have a motion to approve the June 23, 2022 agenda as submitted?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I
Madam
have,
President, can I make some adjustments now before we start voting? Madam President, I would like to, I move that we table HR item number 16 and policy item number 1 until future discussion, for further discussion of the board, and place it back on the agenda in July of 2022.
I second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Again, Madam President, I apologize.
Quite all right.
Madam President, I move to just amend the wording in HR item number 15 to read as such. Approved consulting agreement with Mr. Brian Wilson. Excuse me. Approved consulting agreement with Mr. Brian Wilson to provide services to the Director of Human Resource at a rate of $76.58 per hour until July 29th, 2022. All hours approved by the superintendent and to not exceed that date I had already set.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Monroe. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the May 26, 2022 regular board business meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any questions on the bills? Seeing none? Do I have a motion to approve the bills for payment
Second.
in the amount of
She's in my.
$4,965,990.96.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we're going to do the questions on the new business items. Are there any questions on education 1 through 9. Are there any questions on finance 1 through 7?
Madam President,
Mr. Butler?
could you just note that there will be a roll call vote on items 3 through 7?
As Mr. Butler stated, there will be a roll call vote for items 3 through 7 under finance. Are there any questions on human resource items 1 through 22? Are there any questions on policy items 1 through 2, 1 and 2? Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Monroe. Are there any questions on policy item number 2? Are there any questions on property items 1 through 3? Are there any public comments regarding agenda items?
Yes. Latanya Manson?
Ms. Manson, you know what the rule is, name.
3 minutes to do what? After. Oh. What, after? It start after? Okay, Latanya Manson, 1545 Forest Avenue, Sharon Hill, PA. Should I be talking about both items on my paper or just that one? Just the taxes? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So, you're voting on the taxes. You already know how I feel about the taxes. If you decide that you want to increase the taxes, I expect, and I expect for everything that I asked for my cheerleaders to get this year. If the money is going up, then we should be able to get what we asked for within reason. If the money is going up, that's all I'm gonna say. If the taxes are going up, make it, because I just need to know what the taxes. The last time we talked, you already told me what the taxes were for. I just need to make sure that they're going to the kids, and so I'm gonna make sure that my cheerleaders get some of that part of the taxes. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all know how I feel about the taxes. I hope y'all don't raise them, but I mean, if you do, make sure the cheerleaders get some stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Manson.
I can go all the smoke. 1106 Tribbett Avenue, Darby Township. Good evening. Okay, so again, you're voting on a budget. Same thing my sister was talking about. I'm talking about taxes. Like, I don't know if everybody on the school board pays taxes, but maybe if you did, you would understand what the problem is with raising the taxes again. I don't see how the increase in taxes over the years has benefited the students. I know that from me being at Academy Park and graduating in 1989 to now being in 2022, there's a difference, and I don't think it's a good difference. That's no dig on the teachers, principals, or anyone, but there's a difference in the quality of the teaching, and that's something you as a school board can't monitor. That's something that you can't control, but the goal is to have teachers that quote unquote care, that are willing to go the extra mile. And I get it. We got kids that are out of control, but most of the kids that aren't. So the expectation is that the quality of the education should increase as the money is increasing. I don't see it. All I see is money coming out of my pocket. And I'm not even referencing my own children. I graduated number 7. I've said that before in here. So I know what Academy Park can produce. But the question is, show me where the money is going. And I get it that, money is going out to charter schools and the whole 9 yards, but you're increasing every year, but the quality of the education doesn't change. Anyone can learn anywhere if they want to learn. That's truth. You got to want to learn. But then you also have children that, you know, they might need a little push. They might need a little extra. And maybe you have teachers that do that and maybe you don't. I also think that even in the increase in finances through taxes, you have, I can use my child as an example. He had some things that were due. I feel like sometimes the teachers are too lax. You know, but I understand why they're doing that. There was a pandemic, there's this, there's that. Real world doesn't play like that. Real world doesn't operate like that. You need to do what you need to do, and yes, there can be some leeway, but there are just things that need to happen. But the whole moral of the story is, if there's more money, there should be more production, there should be more output, there should be something. Show me something. Because right now I don't see it. Let me keep my coins and use them for something else. Have a good night.
She told it my daddy. That's the handsome senior. That was my baby.
Thank you. New business voting. Do I have a motion to approve education 1 through 9?
Motion.
Under education. Was that finance? Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve
No, Ms. Perry did the motion, or I needed a second on education.
Oh, okay. Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve finance 1, 2, that's it, 8, 9? I don't have the page right here. That's 10, 11, 12. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we're going to have the finance motion, vote on, roll call on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mr. Second. Who's on the second?
Second.
All in favor?
I have a question, actually, and I'm not sure if it goes here or not. I did speak with Mr. Butler prior to this meeting. I don't know if I could just sort of articulate what I was expressing. Some of it's in alignment with what our community is talking about with regards to, you know, presenting our budget. And because this is our final budget, I was asking that, you know, we do a presentation to demonstrate exactly how our budget ties into our plan, our overall school plan. Something that would give our community an idea of where the money is going. And he did agree that that he would prepare that budget presentation so that we could see it in more detail. And it's on the thrust of that I'm actually looking forward to, you know, approving this budget, and then also looking forward for the ongoing review of where those dollars are going and the monitoring of how it ties into the growth of our district.
Thank you, Ms. Pickard. Mr. Butler with the roll call, please.
Yeah, yes, this roll call will be for finance items 3 through 7. Mrs. Abney,
Yes.
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe,
No.
Mrs. Peter Coe,
Yes.
Ms. Woodfolk,
No.
Mrs. Washington,
Yes.
Mr. Fowler,
No.
Ms. Crawley,
Yes.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
Yes.
okay, that will be 3 noes and 6 yeses. Motion passes.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve human resources, items 1 through 22?
Motion.
Just a minute. Ms. Monroe.
Did you want?
I second Ms. Monroe's motion.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve policy items 1 and 2? I'm sorry, I keep saying it. Policy items 2.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve property items 1 through 3?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. County Community Committee reports. Ms. Woodfolk, do you have a report on the Delaware County Community College?
No, I do not.
Ms. Monroe, do you have a report on Delaware County Intermediate Unit? Mr. Fowler, do you have a report on PSBA Legislative Council?
Yes, I do, Madam President.
Wow.
So House Bill 2646 would update current law regarding out-of-state candidates for Pennsylvania Career and Technical Education teacher certification in order to ensure that qualified individuals can obtain certification as quickly and easily as possible. The bill was approved by the House of Education Committee on Monday and by the Rules Committee on Wednesday. It is now in the Appropriations Committee. As amended, the bill allows an out-of-state candidate for a career and technical certification who has a valid and current certificate in another state, 4 years of experience in the occupation they teach, has at least 2 years of classroom teaching experience and evidence of satisfactory experience from their 2 most recent years of teaching, and who complies with basic teaching eligibility requirements to be eligible for a comparable Pennsylvania vocational instructional certification. The legislation further provides that individuals who have met these requirements shall be issued a certificate on an expedited basis. And that approves my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Fowler. Ms. Crawley, do you have a report?
No, I do not.
Mr. Diorio, do you have the solicitor's report?
Nothing tonight, Madam Chairman.
Thank you to both of you. Is there any administrative updates?
Not at this time, Madam President.
Thank you. Are there any public comments regarding non-agenda items?
Yes. Yes. Latanya Manson.
Ditto.
I gotta say it again? All right, Latanya Manson, 1545 Forest Avenue, Sharon Hill, PA 19079. So this is non-agenda, this is cheerleading. Since y'all approved the budget, camp this year is $6,500. That's camp. And other than that, the cheerleaders need to pay $265 per cheerleader to have what we need in order to be successful for this upcoming season. So we have 20 cheerleaders on the squad. What's that? Hold on, I got you. Yeah, so 590 times 20, 600 times 118. Yes. I should have had this calculated, but you know I wasn't ready. For what? For each, 265 times 20? Oh, okay. So 5,300 plus the 6,500. So we need that, like,
Vanessa, could you tell me what the 6,500, I didn't hear you when you said that.
$6,500 is for camp. The girls are going to Cook's University to get training on stunts and tumbling. They'll learn a whole routine and everything. Once they get back, they get to stay on campus. They get lunch. It's a whole weekend. And so that's what the $6,500 is.
transportation and lodging as well?
This is lodging, transportation. I was hoping that the district, the school buses could take us. Cookstown University. Mm-hmm. Cookstown. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Cookstown.
Do you have a brochure that you can submit to us or all the information?
I can send you the website, like the link for the website.
Could you do that, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
July 10th. I still got minutes? Oh, okay. So, you got any more questions? I'm not finished. You want me to tell you some more stuff? Okay. So, that's for camp. The $265 is for the basic stuff that they need, their sneakers, their sweatsuits, their raincoats, their pom-poms, those things like that. And then I have also asked for props and things that we need for competition, like banners and signs. And I sent those things to the athletic director. However, that's all totaling about $2,000. Between $2,000 and $2,100. Yes. Well, I need to know immediately, or I'm going to say by June 30th for the $6,500 for camp. The girls did do some fundraising. However, we didn't put a dent in this.
How much are the parents contributing?
Well, the parents will be paying for all of this. Normally, that's what we do. The parents pay for this. We do some type of fundraisers, and then the parents I usually do like a payment plan throughout the season so they're not giving it all at one time. However, the camp is due, like I said, July 10th. So the parents would be paying $590. If y'all don't give anything, that's what they're supposed to pay.
How much did the fundraiser bring in?
$3,000.
That's substantial.
So,
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, the parents have paid for it.
Yes. In the past, our parents have paid for it.
so just going over the numbers, I come up with 13,900. So it's 5,300, 265 for 20 cheerleaders,
Yes.
5,300. Then you said the camp was 6,500?
Yes, $325 per camper.
This is 65?
Yes, the total.
Yeah, I missed,
Oh, okay. And then
yeah, I
okay.
add the 500.
Okay, got it. And then $2,100, that's 13,900.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And that's pretty much it. That's all.
Thank you.
So what are you, I just need clarification, what are you asking the board? You're asking for?
The 13,000. If, as much as you can give, I'm definitely asking for the 6,500. If you can do that, and then the girls and the parents, we could try and come up with some of the stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
$3,000 that was raised, where is that going?
It was gonna go to the camp. It goes to their sneakers. Before camp, they need sneakers. They can't do anything without the cheerleading sneakers. So the $590 is itemized down to $325 for camp. Then they need sneakers. They need a bag. They need 2 sets of pom-poms. They need warm-ups. They need 3 shirts, shorts, tights, and a raincoat. Yes.
So the $3,000 will cover the basic accessories for each of the 20 children?
That's not enough. It's 20 cheerleaders. So we only, out of the 20 cheerleaders, and not all of them raised the money. So what we do is whatever you raised, it goes to you. So I have one cheerleader that raised $1,300. So she's getting $600 of it. We make half of the money. So she'll get $600 of that. So that covers her camp and all her items that she needs. But we also got some that only sold $50. So they only got 25, and that's not even enough for their sneakers.
Ms. Manson, if I could ask a question of you, please. Is it possible that you could give us an itemized invoice on all that you're requesting? Because I know he'll need it, Mr.
Butler.
Butler will need, will need it for his records.
Yes, no problem.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank
Mr.
you.
Butler, do you want me to email that to you?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
no problem. That's pretty much, that's all I have. My time is up. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Holman, for Power School and uniformity of K-8?
1106 Trivet Avenue, Darby Township. Okay, let's talk websites along the 4 K through 12 schools. The the websites are not in uniformity. There's one, if I go to Darby Township, I can find certain information. If I go to Delcroft, there's information that's different than what's on Darby Township. You go to Sharon Hill, like there needs to be uniformity. They're all Southeast Delco schools. They're all K through 12. There should be specific information that should just be general to each school that is provided on the website. And if they choose to add more pizzazz or whatever to the to their website beyond that, then that'll be wonderful. But it's irritating that Delcroft could do better. Let's just put it that way. Does it matter for me now? No, it doesn't, because my kid's out of there. He just graduated, so woo-woo. But just moving forward, there should be some uniformity in what's going on. And I feel that way also about like the 8th grade activities. If how does one go to the Spirit of Philadelphia? The other ones have a lunch in the cafeteria. They have cafeteria lunch outside on the lawn. Like, how does that work? Does each school have different money? Like, what are we doing? That doesn't make sense. So, saying all that to say, that's what I mean by uniformity. What's good for the goose should be good for the gander, and everybody in between. We're all in the same school district. And if we can't do that, then nobody gets it. Either they all get it or nobody gets it. And we just raised taxes, so guess what? Fix it. Thank you.
I do have a question about that. That's a good question about.
Turn your mic on, honey.
I'm sorry. That was a good question about how the different schools celebrate graduation. How is that determined in our district? Each building administration determines it. Okay,
It's been
so,
for a long time.
Yes, I mean, I asked that question before, and so the 8th grade sponsored with the input of the students.
right, she was right. I saw something on social media. Darby Township had a.
They always have good stuff.
Right, but the event was sponsored by mostly parents. So I was wondering, how does this come to be? Does it happen that the parents get together with that administration is denied for something and then they start something? Or how does this go? So not every, but that particular one that I saw, I don't know if anyone knows, if anyone can speak on that group, that was their decision to move forward and the administration was fine with that.
I'm not sure, and I'm not even just speaking on, I know Darby Township always has had, Darby Township is always popping, always. Always. And then beyond that, I don't know what the other schools do. My daughter had, when she was in 8th grade, she had, the school dance. I know they were supposed to go on a school trip this year. Not that my kid would have got to go, but the 8th grade was supposed to go. That didn't happen. So, and the activities. We found out about the activities at the 11th hour, which was another irritating. To me, it was the 11th hour. If you knew back in January that graduation was going to be the last day of school, and that the school dance was going to be the Monday before the last day of school, then you should have told me. I wasn't here. I was in Jamaica. So I missed all of that for my 8th grader.
I'm sorry, when were you made aware about the...
Maybe a week or two. I'm going to give them 3 weeks before. Because there's matter of fact, I can pull it up, Class Dojo. Because the letter came, it was posted in Class Dojo. And then my child brought it home. Yeah, he brought it home on a flyer, but it was also in Class Dojo, which, I mean, and I love Class Dojo, but what I'm saying is that we needed more time. So, everybody's looking at me like, what you mean you're not gonna hear what I said? I paid for a trip to Jamaica, I'm not gonna be here. Y'all need to, other people have to stand up. Give me 2 seconds, or I can just reference back to it and tell y'all when it was. Mr. Fino was did it come from her?
Does the Class Dojo have in Class Dojo, does the school have a page and then every teacher have a page inside the school?
I believe so.
So if you go to the school page, it should be there.
Girl, where that at?
Give me the phone.
So what you're saying, like, just like the graduation date was set, the graduation, like, activity should have been set as well. Like
Well, what I'm saying is, I didn't find out until that letter came home, is that graduation was on the last day of school. My trip to Jamaica was planned months in advance. That was in the mix, being paid for in March. So if I know in March that graduation is this date, then I know that this is not the dates that I'm supposed to be using. I don't know that.
So my question to the administrations about graduation, is there something, a procedure in place where they have to submit these graduation dates in a timely fashion or beginning of the year or?
So for the 8th grade, I don't have the date in front of me, but I know the 8th grade conversation started February. Yeah, I want to say February, Guy. Yeah, and so it started with Darby Township emailing their dates out and asking did they conflict with anybody else's date. So that's when the conversation started from there. And then we have asked, as always, we've asked them from the beginning of this school year, even for the board, to send you all things at least a month in advance, which for most of the schools, you've been getting that. So my assumption is when we're getting it, that the parents are getting it. Yeah. Because then you have the date anyway. So, Dr. Lowry, can you follow up on that?
Absolutely.
And
In terms of what we're doing for our 4 elementary schools, I think it's easy that we can get together as principals and make sure parents are notified well in advance of graduation dates and dances and stuff like that. So I hear what you're saying, and as parents and families, we need to be on the same page as you guys and clinicians. So I'll work with our KP or 1A administrators, and we'll make sure that families have ample notice.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
But
Excuse
you
me.
can't talk from the floor.
You have to pardon.
She's really talking to me. She just said Darby Township has a wonderful home and school
Oh, okay.
and as such.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ms. Holman, in reference to the website, we were in our administrative retreat yesterday and today, and the websites were one of our topics today. Our new website rolls out July 1, School Messenger, and everyone was informed today they needed to make Mr. Kitchen aware of who would be the person, and they can have a backup person that would keep the websites up to date. And then Mr. Kitchen walked them through, all the teachers would be using their Google Classroom to update their website. So we were already in progress of trying to get that. Some of the comments that you made about things being out of place has been a discussion at board meetings prior to this. So hopefully we'll see a big difference with the new website.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holman. I appreciate the information.
Okay?
Hi, Threadgill, Academy Park teacher. Can you go on record and explain why the SDEA collective bargaining agreement is being tabled when we ratified that and voted basically 2 weeks ago I just want to go on record, or want you all to go on record and explain why.
It was discovered in our meeting that the final copy had not been sent to this group of individuals. No fault of the administration. I did just get a text from Dr. Ryan where they said that it was forwarded 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, though, we did not see it. So it's not that there's anything wrong, but of course, in all good faith, they can't vote on something that they haven't seen. It is our intention to have it on the July agenda. However, Monday morning, I will be getting it from the person who did receive it to make sure it's sent out to the board members as well as the cabinet. No one that's here tonight has seen it yet.
Okay, so that's,
Yeah, that's it. And Mrs. Garrow was called once we discovered it so that she wasn't blindsided with it getting tabled.
okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other one? That's it? Okay. Before I make the announcements for our next meeting, I just wanted to say to all of the administrators, the educators, any employee in the district, also our students, to enjoy your vacation. Stay safe and stay healthy. And we'll see you back here at the beginning of the new year. And announcements for our future board meetings are, the board business meeting will be Thursday, July 28th, 2022 at 7 p.m. There will be no committee of the whole meeting in July. The committee of the whole meeting will be scheduled for Thursday, August the 18th, 2022 at 6 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. There will be an executive session for the executive board, board.